Hey everyone, welcome back to more Warhammer Quest. I'm DisturbingPuppet. So I've been doing some side missions here for a little bit with some of these characters, playing around with them, and things have definitely gotten tougher as we've moved on to additional cities. So we're going to do another side mission today. We'll get something for our Bright Wizard here, I think. So we do have quite a bit of different gear. We'll take a look at the actual characters we take out. So we've got a lot of interesting things we picked up, kind of like stuff like this. The Chalice of Battle, +3 strength, +1 melee attack, use once. Very cool. We've got some extra power here. We've got a way to store some extra power. Kind of using my Bright Wizard a bit more. I have used a lot of healing items. I've had a lot of instances where people have been getting downed, and if someone's downed, we can give them a healing item to get them back as long as we can reach them that turn, or we can try to heal them up with our mage. So, since we can heal and do damage with him, I kind of felt like this fit more for him. And for whatever reason, I've seen things like this. So it says, Wizards. I can't give this to the Archmage. He's an elf. He's not a wizard, but this does say magic users, so probably I could give it to him if I were to want to do that. But yeah, we're fine with that. Okay, so let's take a look at the next one. Oddly enough, the Amulet of Fire here is a helmet. It looks like an amulet to me, but okay. It's an extra power for a Bright Wizard. I think we'll go ahead and grab this. It is fighting orcs and goblins. Let's jump in and see. I'm not sure who we're going to take out. I'll kind of have to look and see. Still operating out of Worden. I have looked around a little bit. Did finally get my Warrior Priest leveled up. He was kind of a pain to get there. So he was the last one at level 2 still. We have... I think the Bright Wizard is good. I definitely want to take you. Kind of looking at who's lowest as far as stats and XP. So you're quite low. We definitely need to kind of have a good composition, though. As things have been kind of progressing, I've been running into a lot more difficulties. My Marauder is good, but in the last one, I was fighting orcs and goblins. He just, every single time, well, mainly just orcs, every single time he was fighting the boss, he would just, like, freak out. So his Berserk, sometimes you can't attack with him. And he just did that, like, 2 or 3 turns in a row. Couldn't attack him at all, which was driving me crazy. And just kind of barely keeping everyone else alive while he was... just refusing to attack him right next to him. So seeing a lot more orcs now. There's improved zombies, seeing actual full-blown vampires rather than vampire thralls, so things are definitely ramping up. Alright, so we'll definitely take our Bright Wizard. The question is, who else do we want to take? We're not fighting undead, so we're not going to worry about you. We could go with the Archmage. He's okay. I should probably get him some more XP, so we'll do that. We'll go double wizard. We can do some healing with him, as long as we've got the mana available on that turn. So who's the least, other than that? It looks like my warrior priest, but I've just been using him a bunch. I'm kind of sick of him. So let's go with my way watcher. She can heal as well. He or she, I'm not sure. I think it's a she. Then who do we want to take? We need somebody who's tanky, for sure, so either one of these 3 or our ogre. How about... I mean, you're lowest, actually, so let's take our ogre with that. So let's jump in and give this a try. Rats' talisman, their dark side of our souls. Your party makes camp and bed down. During the night, 2 of their number have a strange and unerring dream. Within the dreamscape, they come across a lost artifact that thrums with arcane might. It is the Amulet of Fire and has been lost for centuries. Through myriad strange visions, your dreaming warriors are guided to a catacomb a few miles from where their sleeping bodies lie. Within, the helmet awaits. So are we asleep right now? Is that what you're saying? I don't think so. Okay, so we can heal. We've got a special new ability here, the Reaver Bow, or is that an item? I don't remember. That's up to the item stuff. Take a look at your gear. I don't remember you having anything like that. Did this just not work before? Once per dungeon, the wielder may fire a multi-shot, striking the target and other nearby enemies in line of sight. I don't remember that popping up before as an option, so that's kind of weird. Huh. Okay. So let's take a look at our stuff. So we've got a passive dodge. So there's a chance we'll dodge, and then we can do some healing. Very nice. Stat-wise, extra toughness now. Ranged attacks up to 3 because of our items. Ballistic skill is only a 3, though. for our Archmage. Pretty standard stuff. We have kind of the same things before, just a better healing item here with a haunch of meat. We've got the extra power, decrease chance to be hit with a melee weapon, so not too crazy to get up close. Variety of spells. Newest thing is Blinding Light. Attempt to blind the targeted unit and anyone surrounding them. Blinded targets are unable to do anything until the start of your next turn, so a stun, potentially quite good. It's under defensive magic, so even if we're on defensive, normally I can only do this. Now we have something else I can do, so that's kind of nice. For our Bright Wizard, we've got all kinds of things going on. So we have a ring for extra toughness. We've got some healing items. We have some extra power storage, extra power, extra strength and melee attacks for one use in the dungeon. It's not like a one use ever, it's a one use per dungeon. And then I've got a Greater Scroll of Fire I haven't used in a while. We have the decreased spell cost, which is just generally nice. As far as abilities go, area attack, single target. Wall of Fire I haven't really used much. We can kind of protect somebody with that. Healing, and then some damage over time. Our Ogre, extra tough now. We've got our Mighty Swing, which honestly isn't that effective. A variety of things now. We still have our Ogre Club. Nice to get something better than that. Extra toughness, extra strength. We've got a Hell Heart if we want to use that. Decent healing item. Extra wounds and toughness, and reduces damage. I don't think I've taken him out since I got the Looted Empire shield, but for whatever reason he could use the shield and have the two-handed club, so I'm not sure how that works, but okay. Alright, we should go ahead and check things out. Definitely want you in the lead, buddy. Nothing. Okay. Only one way to go. Who do we want up front? I mean, you kind of can. We're better off attacking to the rear, but we could kind of put him on the front lines too if we had to. Can reach if we want to pop the door. Yeah, why not? Let's send the Ogre in. Still only one attack with him. What do we got? 1 Night Goblin boss, 5 Orc boys. So yeah, we're seeing a lot more tougher units here. The Orc boss has a cutting edge blade, so counts as having some extra strength. I can only reach him, which is unfortunate. So let's just smack the crap out of him, hopefully. Oh, he's wearing the shield like armor on his arm. That's kind of cool. Nice big hit. I can already see him. Actually, this might not be a terrible idea to use the Reaver Bow. Multi-shot, striking their target and other enemies, nearby enemies in line of sight. Just have to move up. So I could potentially hit all these guys. I don't think we do enough damage that I could kill any of them, but I think we save it, because I do have a bunch of attacks, so I think we're okay with that. The orcs are a lot harder to take down, though. Who's got... And we could soften them up quite a bit here. Let's do that. Bring you up. We'll do a Cinder. Just flame all these guys. Probably won't kill any of them. Yeah, nice. Don't have enough magic to do anything without dipping into my reserve, but I do have the additional reserve now. It's still only 7. But let's just go ahead and see if we can shoot a bunch of them down with our bow here. Or we can miss all our shots. Yep, we can miss all our shots. Alright, fine. I can still use the Reaver Bow ability. I suppose? Can we? I don't think I can, because I don't have an action. It's not letting me use it. Yeah, we'll probably need an action for the attack. I could dip into the reserve to blast these guys. We're on defensive here. We could also try to blind them, since we haven't done that yet. We don't have a target for it, apparently. Well, okay, fine. Let's give everybody some defense then. So we're increased chance of just avoiding being hit. That's too bad. Kind of weak. Do I want to do this? It'd only take 2 of my magic, so alright, fine. Slaughter. Try to spread out the kills, but he's quite good at picking off targets. Might want to use him more for just weakening stuff, not necessarily getting the actual kills. Speaking of which, you need kills the most. Still on defensive. That's too bad. Alright. Ogre. Missed. That's not ideal. Alright, I'm going to move through. Just fire a bunch of arrows at him point blank and see what happens. I'd really love to see what the dice rolls are. Not going super well for us. Plenty of magic. We could definitely kill him with you. I don't really want to, though. We could try to go for some stabs. Let's see if we can finish off with the Archmage here. There we go. Pick up a firebomb. Dwarf-only item. I think we moved everybody... Yeah. As far as that goes, we could do a heal. We've got mana for it, so sure. My Bright Wizard, I think, is kind of taking my position now as my main mage going forward. Alright, let's go ahead and pop this next room. He can heal, he can do tons of damage. Big area effect attacks. We'll go ahead and do this because I have plenty of magic, just in case we get ambushed. Every time I do that, we don't get ambushed. It's pretty much only if I just like, we're fine, that I do actually get ambushed. Go ahead and move up a bit. We are on offensive magic now. I still haven't used the Arcane Unforgiving just because it requires so much mana to use. Or Winds of Magic. And we get ambushed. Skeleton Militia and a Necromancer's Apprentice. So these skeletons have a 6. Where's the Necromancer? Way in the back. Alright. No magic. Well, you are kind of stuck. Doesn't say I'm pinned. I'm just kind of stuck here in location. If I can clear out a path, we can kind of move through. So let me see if I can actually get through. We'll start with our melee attack. Nice. Missed that one. If we can just take out one of these guys, I'd be happy. Well, there we go. Go for more. Okay, we can make a move. I don't have any magic, though. But if I move, I can get my Ogre charging towards the Necromancer, and I feel like the last thing a Necromancer wants is a very angry Ogre charging in their direction. So I'm just going to get out of the way. Swing away. Okay, Ogre, charge the Necromancer. try to finish him off. Not going to dip into my reserve magic or anything. I think that's all we're going to do. Crystal Maze. What happened to my ogre? Crystal Maze. Well, we saw it resurrect as well. One skilled in the art of necromancy can awaken mortal remains to reinforce the undead legions under his control. The necromancer is able to raise undead units that have been killed at the beginning of the turn. Crystal Maze. The necromancer reaches into the magical realm, drawing forth a portion of that great crystal labyrinth of legend to bind the foe. The targeted unit is transported to the void. The targeted warrior will return at the start of your next turn. If the necromancer is killed while the warrior is in the void in the void is also killed. Okay, I thought killing him would bring him back, but I was wrong, so we'll just kind of ignore you for a little bit then. Okay. Not an ideal situation up here. I can't just move away and shoot, so we'll probably do that. We are on defensive magic. I could try to stun these guys, but we can just blast them to death with him, so... Let's use the protection. I'm going to go ahead and move out here. See if I can actually kill any of these two. Yeah, a little bit of damage. Yeah, I think we just focus on burning these two down. And I can cast up close, so we'll just try with the sword first and then see what we can do. Got him. Wasn't a death blow, though. Okay. We could do some damage to him. Hold off on that for a moment. Come down where I can shoot at everybody if I want to. Do want to focus on you, though. Alright, good deal. How much health do you have? 20? Okay, I don't want to shoot you again, because I... No! Okay. I wasn't intending to do that. So I'm glad I didn't kill him. I didn't want to kill our ogre. So I think we just sit tight. I could heal him up. We might as well. Okay, ogre's back. He's got a crystal maze, somebody else. Oh, that's really irritating. He's going to keep crystal mazing people. That's kind of a problem. If we go defensive magic, if that pops up, I could maybe stun him. Swing and a miss. Alright, let's go for some stabs. Alright. Yeah, I think we just wait. I can move next to him. I don't know if that'll unnerve him, but we'll at least do that to cause a problem. He's going to keep crystal mazing and resurrecting over and over again, which is really irritating. To just kind of hope that he eventually doesn't have the magic to do that. Don't have a way to stun him or anything either. Just charge into him. It's really irritating that that crystal maze kills whoever's in the maze at the time. I would hope there's a chance that he fails. Okay, we might not want to stay next to you. Are we on defensive? We are on defensive. I can at least blinding light on myself. That doesn't make any sense. Blinding light. Okay. So I think we did stun him. I don't see anything there saying he's stunned, but I'm pretty sure he is stunned. You're stuck. You're stuck. Go for shots. Alright, an unfortunate series of misses. We're not going to kill him. We have to just kind of let things go. Ow. But now we can freely murder you. That's what you get. Causing problems. Okay, let's do a heal on you. A lot of magic. Lesser Scroll of Fire. I mean, we could give that to anybody, really. I've got a greater on him. Could give it to you, maybe. Yeah, I've got space. Let's do that. Okay, almost everybody. We're stuck. We could, yeah, let's go up and heal. Heal our Archmage up. Alright, Herb Lore critically failed. Awesome. Super helpful. Thanks. Let's try that again. There we go. Might as well heal. Finally back in the hallway. Yeah, as you can kind of see already, things are definitely a bit tougher. So unit composition and who you're choosing to bring, you have to be a bit more careful. We might as well, I've got the defensive magic, let's just get the Phoenix King protection. Counter, the room is covered in strange ooze that clings to the walls and ceilings of the chamber. As the party enters, the ooze trembles slightly, as if sensing the change in air pressure or the body heat of the intruders. Within seconds, the ooze has slid off the wall and solidified into one amorphous mass in the center. It lunges at Fenrir, attacking what it perceives as the greatest threat. The warrior breaks free of the ooze, but has been partially ingested in the process. Even as it spatters across the room, the party can see it starting to run together and start to reform its true mass. Better move on. So we did take a little bit of damage there. No winds of magic. We'll try an Herb Lore. Again! Supermassive failure. Alright, fine. Be that way. We'll just get everybody together before we move on. Could eat my haunch of meat, but I think we're okay. As long as we don't get ambushed. Alright. Do I dare do the Herb Lore again? I think not. Now it's safer if we want to try. Good lord, man. Alright, let's keep moving. What do we got? 4 giant bats, 3 giant rats, 4 giant spiders. That's actually not that terrible at all for us. Lots of little health critters, kind of easy to deal with. I think we want to try to focus on the spiders, because they can web us. Okay, we might as well go for the other spider. Start on the spider. Crunch, crunch. Good job. Okay, don't really have much in the way of magic. I thought the Orb of Might just gave me a passive increase to this. Maybe we have to use it to increase it. It's like a one-time thing. It'll give us some bonus reserve, something like that. I wonder if it's, I haven't seen one before. Is it consumed? Yeah, it is a consumable. Okay. I thought, for whatever reason, it was just a passive increase, but yeah, if we need it, we'll use it. Probably we won't. We could use our weak fire spell here, the scroll that we just got. I do have enough mana. We could dip in half of our max for this, but for these enemies, it's not that really big of a deal. They're not really that dangerous, honestly. So I'm kind of even like, I don't think we even need the Lesser Scroll of Fire. I think we can just kind of take them on the front here. I think we'll be okay. So yeah, let's just zap whoever. Let's not dip into the reserve. We'll just hold on to it. Call it good. Of course they're going to go for the elf. Smack. I'm assuming the Death Leap is like they have an increased chance of hitting or doing more damage, but we do get a counterattack on them. Yeah, you go ahead and start. Oh, you missed. Alright, you're very inconsistent. Let's do a heal. We could dip in a couple, I guess. Let's just take this out. Need to give him extra kills, so need that XP. You only get XP for kills, nothing for being on the mission or anything. Okay, let's move. Still down a little bit of health. We could go ahead and just top him up. Just the searing wounds just sounds like that really is going to heal you? It sounds awful. Yeah, let me look at that. Every time. Kind of burned the nerves out of it so you don't feel anything anymore. Just the hallway. Okay, we're all fully healed up. Good to go. We're on defensive magic again. Yeah, let's go ahead and just open the room. Nothing. There's some bones and a nice carpet. That's not what we're here for, though. Go ahead and do this just in case we get ambushed. A little protection. Still on defensive. Can't make it all the way. It's probably just at the end of this. I would hope. Alright, let's check it. Nope. 5 orc boys, 3 orc era boys. Do have a good amount of magic. You're on defensive. Yeah, I think it's, instead of on the target, I think it's on him. So he's got to be next to people to stun them. Let's just do the protection for everybody. Cinder Blast, we can hit quite a few, you guys. We could hit everybody in the back, too. Hit more this way. Let's do that. Just soften them all up in the backfield there. I mean, we could do it again, and it'll probably kill all of them. Why not? Slaughter. Pretty clear, just kind of move in and hammer guys to death. Oh, miss. Well, we can still stab people. Don't know that I want you stabbing people, but could have him do it. Is it worth it? I think we just take the hit on the ogre. I think that's fine. If he even hits us. Yeah, not for much. Not a problem. Okay, we're on offensive. Let's see if we can get the kill. Alright. Something for our Grey Wizard, +1 toughness. I think I have something better than that already. We could go to the next room. We're not really ready, so let's just hold up. Did take a little bit of damage. Go ahead and just burn that right off you. Okay, probably the last room. Nope. Want to trigger this? I think we just wait. Okay. We're on offensive. It's going to take me a lot to get even in this room. Take a look at our dungeon overall that we've come through. Yeah, let's go for it. Since we've got offensive magic. Ammo to fire. Within the chamber is a river troll. The monster spies the warriors lurking outside and beckons them forward. Looking for this, it says, pointing at the ammo to fire. Well, let's get this over with, says the beast, limbering up and bringing forth a massive blade. Hard time thinking wow. River troll and 7 night goblins with bows. Like, trolls talk? Really? Quite the retinue of goblins helping out here. I could Mighty Swing in this case, maybe, because they're so weak. But I'm gonna be disappointed. I haven't done it in a while. It doesn't do very much damage. Okay, we did take all of them out. But we could have potentially done that with a regular attack too. If we got a death blow, another death blow, follow it up, just kill, kill, kill. The troll, we've got a decreased chance to hit if we're close up to him. So we do want to keep our distance. Let's do a burn on him. So damage over time. And then a fireball. And we'll call that good. Can't see that goblin. There we go. Take out the goblin if we can, and then follow up on the troll. Start doing some damage. We're on offensive here too. We're just going to stay back and just blast him with Star Lances. Well, we could get goblins too. I'm not that concerned about the goblins though. Yeah, just hit the trolls first. Grugnok, the troll. And I'm gonna duck around the corner, like the brave, brave wizard that we are. We're just gonna do that. Yeah, I thought he might come charging back here at us. Massive hit there. Don't appreciate that, buddy. All those goblins hit. That's amazing. Okay. We are on offensive magic, so we can just kind of blast him to hell. Good job. Troll down. It's just kind of mopping up other than that, really. Heal yourself, buddy. Good job. If we didn't finish him off, I would have used the special chalice and increased my strength and attacks and just swung at him a bunch of times and then burned him down if we had to. Crush. He understood my command. Look at that. Okay, we can still fireball somebody with you, but you've gotten a lot of kills. We could Star Lance if we dip into reserves a little bit, so sure. Let's just shoot the last guy. Said shoot the last guy. There we go. Alright, that's it. The warriors, having killed off any monster's resistance, take the magic item. As one steps forward and moves the amulet of fire from its resting place, the floor gives way, plunging the dungeoneer into a room below. For a moment, the warrior fears the worst, but is relieved to find they have landed not on spikes or in a pit of venomous scorpions, but a pile of gold. 80 extra gold. All right. Stupid necromancer caused some problems. Got mostly kills with our bright wizard. Managed to get a good amount of XP for our archmage as well. No level ups. Which, honestly, I've been spending so much on level ups that I'm kind of happy about that. We'll go back to Worden. I think if we move on, it's going to make things a lot harder. I haven't done the mission quest here either, anyway. Before we do that, though, let's take a look. Didn't use any healing items. Where's my Bright Wizard? Alright, we'll give you that. So even more power, so it should be just more damage for spells. So yeah, he's looking quite strong. We could swap. If I want to use my Grey Wizard, I might take this off him and throw it on just before we run out on a mission or something. Nothing else really of interest. Didn't get a lot of gear. We did get the bomb, but I don't think I've got room on either one of my dwarves. Well, you've got Spot. Alright, have a bomb. Yeah, that's fine. I wish I was finding more items. I've only found a few things from fighting. It seems like it's quite rare. Check out the market, sell our stuff. Not that I really got much. Wait, didn't I equip that? It's saying I have a firebomb. Oh, I do. Do I need another one? Oh, my Grey Wizard item. Let's take a look. Is that the same thing? Decreased chance to be hit, +1 toughness. This is just +1 toughness. We can get rid of the apprentice gown, for sure. The firebomb, maybe. I think I'm just trying to restock my supply of healing items. Fine Iron Shield is definitely interesting. I have a two-handed weapon on him, though, so I can't really swap that out, but it's a pretty good item, and it's not that expensive, surprisingly. 800 for that seems pretty reasonable to me. Well, we'll take the provisions. +3 toughness for an Iron Breaker. I mean, we could barely afford that. Pricing is pretty crazy. The lesser scrolls aren't that bad, though. 100, could take that. Yeah, I think that'll do. So yeah, the current one does recommend level 3. Everyone is level 3 now. But even the side missions are getting a bit tougher now, for sure. So I do kind of want to grind out some more side missions and play around with them. Just out of curiosity, what do we have? Anything cool? It almost always seems like there's something I want. Fighting the undead. Marauder getting a shield. Chance to block, +8 wounds. That's pretty good, but he does have a good two-handed axe right now. Tempting. Rescue the alchemist. Yeah, I might do that just to get the item in case we get a good one-handed weapon later. I don't even have any one-handed weapons at the moment. So currently he's using a two-handed axe. This other weapon I'm not using is a two-handed sword. I'm hesitant because slight chance to attack friends over foes, and especially when we started off, 10 to 12 damage would like one-shot some people, so it still would be a problem. I don't think I want to use this, honestly. I think everyone's got healing items, so we're kind of fine on that. Yeah, so I don't know if I'll do a video of doing more side quests, or I'll just prioritize doing the story quests. But I'm having a lot of fun doing the little side missions. I'll probably do some occasionally, especially if we move to a new city and check things out. We'll try to do some. But anyway, this has been more Warhammer Quest. I've been Disturbing Puppet. Thanks for coming by. Hopefully I'll see you next time. Until then, have a good one.